So watch me do it. I'm gonna call my assistant in to do the intro for me, and then I'll kind of rebuttal whatever she comes up with. Shall we?
Yes.
Hit it.
Hi guys, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a makeup tutorial with you guys.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be showing you my favorite products and how I apply them and what I use, whatnot, and yeah, let's jump right in. I tried to get you. Okay, so let's start off with the first product that I use, which has currently been my favorite. It is the Vitamin C Plus Moisturizing and Brightening Day Cream for normal to dry skin. So don't mind my little ones in the back. It won't focus because it's focusing on your face. Okay, there it is. So that is my moisturizing cream that I've been using for, I want to say, the past couple months. And you know what? I really like the texture. It's kind of a, let me see if it kind of, it's light enough, but definitely does the job. My girls are watching, so it's a little funny right now. But I told them I was a little nervous to do the video. Like, I didn't know how to start it, and I didn't know what to say. And I filmed one before that I just like, I don't know. I just didn't like, it didn't come out good. The audio was a little bit different. Let me know if you guys like the audio today, because I do finally have my mic that came in that I've attached and have on, and it should be working properly. But let me know if you like how it sounds. It's a little different, but yeah. So this is a moisturizer. It definitely does the trick as far as moisturizing, but it is still really light. So it's really, it is a day cream. So I'm able to use it under my makeup because it's light enough, but still like very nice and soft and not too heavy. And yeah, so that's my moisturizer. And then after that, I do like to follow up with kind of a shimmer primer. So what I'll do is I will take like a stippling brush. I will apply it on the top a little bit there. Let's see. And this is the True Match L'Oreal Lumi Glotion Natural Glow Enhancer in 902 Light Glow. And it's kind of a, I guess it kind of has like a rose gold, let me see if it focuses, a rose gold finish that has a little bit of shimmer but not too much. I definitely don't like too much glow or too much glitter. For example, I haven't really been into the whole highlight thing, but I know everyone's kind of into it and doing the highlight, and every brand I feel like is coming out with like a highlight palette or whatnot, but I don't know, not my thing. I'm really into the matte. I just like things to look clean and fresh and not, I don't know, I feel like the highlight makes your face look wet and almost brings out any imperfections. I'm not saying it for everyone, but I just feel like it does that on my face. So highlights definitely not for me, but that's okay, right? Okay, so that was the moisturizer and the primer that I use. And then the fun part, the base of it all, is the foundation. So currently I feel like I'm a little bit tanner than usual, so I do use the Matte and Poreless by Maybelline Fit Me. I'm currently using 228. I previously was 220, which is like a natural beige, but I feel like it has a little bit of pinky undertones in it and just a little bit too light for me at the moment. So I'm currently using 228 Soft Tans, which is a little more bronzer, which I like, and I feel like it's the summertime, so I'm using that. So what I'll do is I'll take this kind of little thing here, and I'll put a little bit of product on there. And then I'll go in with my, I think this is Real Techniques beauty blender. And I'll just take a little bit of product and go in like that. Let me see if I can get a little mirror here. Okay. And I just apply all over except for this area here, just because I don't like too much product under my eye. I'm already going to go in after this with the concealer, and I feel like when I do use, if I do put too much foundation there, it just tends to crease a little more, and I just definitely don't like how that looks at the end, you know, just preference. But I'll go in again on this side, and I feel like this just helps. This tone definitely blends my face in better with the rest of my body. As far as the other one, I feel like it gives it a little bit more of a lighter tone. So I'll go in with this one. I'm trying to do this quickly. The girls are in distance learning, so I want to be able to get them lunch prepared and run some errands later, finish up some work. But today I had some time to do this makeup look, so I figured film this because I am booked. I'm busy for the rest of the week with showings and appointments. So let's see how that's, I feel like I need to blend this side out a little more. Okay. So that is the foundation. Again, like I said, I do not apply too much under my eye just because I don't like that area to look too cakey. But then I will go in with my concealer next, and I use Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer in the shade, usually I use warm medium, but I feel like it wasn't making, you know, like you can't really see the difference, and I do like this area a little lighter, so I have no idea what shade this is because it came off, but it's been my favorite. It is a little lighter. I wish I could say, but I totally don't have, I don't know what shade this is. But, and what I'll do is I'll apply it here. I'm almost out, I need a new one. Okay. So I'll apply it here in like a little kind of mini triangle shape, and then I'll do another one here. And I know I see others do like a, let me see here really quickly, like the whole situation up here, but I'm just not, I don't like that. I don't need to brighten that up that much, but I will go in with like the excess product and go into that area as well as like my chin. But I really kind of just focus on under my eyes and around my nose area because sometimes I get a little redness there. But yeah, so then I take, so what I do is I pinch this area and I take that and I use that for my foundation. And then when it comes to concealer, I just focus on this part. And that goes right under my eye perfectly. So I like to do that and kind of blend it out nicely. The girls are actually behind the camera watching me do this, so it's a little nerve-wracking. But make sure you guys are keeping track of your time because you have to go back to school in a minute in distance learning. It is now 11:56. So, what time do you have to go back? Soon?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this is the concealer portion of it, and then I do take like leftover product or excess product and go on my lid a bit. Okay. And then like I said, I bring the excess product up a bit, and then below my mouth, my chin area, just to add a little bit of brightness. But I do not apply product directly there just because it's just too much for me personally. But I know that it's done, just saying, a little much for me. Okay, so then I go in with my Airspun loose face powder, which I feel like I've been using this for about 2 years now. I used to have the Laura Mercier, but I ran out once and I ran to the drugstore really quick, and then I ended up picking this up, and it does the job just fine. So what I'll do is I'll pick up a little bit with my beauty blender on this shorter side. So I'll pick it up like that. I'll dust off the excess product, and then I will take my ring finger and I'll go under my eye and kind of dab to be sure that all my creases are filled and the product is evenly dispersed through that area. Go on my lid, and then I'll apply it under, kind of just dabbing there, and it gives it that nice kind of airbrushed matte even look. And it definitely does help. I feel like this product does help with the whole creasing. I like that it doesn't leave me looking, you know, like cracked and disheveled under my eye. And then I'll just do the same thing to the other side. I'll dab under my eye looking up, so make sure it's kind of even, and then the same thing here on this side. And then around my nose, and then on my lid. And then I do like to, as I even this all out here, I do like to take a little bit of product and then add it around my mouth, because that area does crease a little bit. But like my chin and around my nose and around my mouth. And then I'll take a little bit and I'll kind of go, I don't like to define it too much, but I'll kind of just like make sure that this area here is covered a bit with this loose powder, so that when I apply my bronzer and that kind of stuff, this area doesn't pull too much with that product. So that, I guess it kind of creates like a little barrier like here, so that when you are applying your bronzer or your blush and whatnot, it doesn't pull too far down into this area, because you do have that. It's kind of like a barrier. I don't know how it works. It just does. I like doing my makeup that way. Okay, so then after my loose powder, I'll directly go in and do my bronzer. And for my bronzer, I use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette. This one here. And what shade is this? I'm not exactly sure what shade this is, but oh, Dolce de Leche. And I don't use the highlighting part. I just, obviously I hit pan. I just use the contour, the bronzer. So what I'll do is I will take a bit of that and I will go in right, like if this is my cheekbone, I'll hit right underneath. And there we go. Then I'll do the same to the other side. Yes, Mark? And then I will do the same to the top. So I'll go like kind of on the top of my forehead and then down my temple, and then bring it right around. And then I'll do the same on the other side here. Okay, and then for this part, I just go really lightly and I add a little bit of product on the brush, and then I go right under my jawline. Okay, and then I take my, oh, and for my bronzer, I use the MAC 150, and I know it's really fluffy, but I don't like my bronzer super, I don't like it like really severe. I just want it to kind of bronze up my face. And then I'll take the blush brush. I know it's a blush brush, but I use it to bronze my nose. It's the 129 MAC, and I've had this brush for so long that it doesn't even say the number, but I just know what brush it is. But I put this here, kind of like on my nose area, and then go up a little bit. And then I do the same on the other side. And again, I don't like it too harsh. I kind of just do it just to add like a little bit of shadow. And then whatever's left in the product, I go on the bottom of my nose and just add a little depth. And it's just really like cute and airbrushed and not too much. Of course, if I'm doing like a night out or if I'm going on a date or something with my man, I'll definitely go a little harder on the contour. Like for example, I won't do too much obviously, but I'll like add a little warmth there, a little more, and then same on this side, just like right there. And it just like, see how it just like warms up that area and just adds a little more depth. Okay, so after the bronzer, I do go in with blush, and I'm currently using NARS Dolce Vita in this shade here. And I'll take, this is the Eco Tools tapered brush, I guess, and I like just dab a little bit of product, dust it off, smile, and then just add it to the apples of my cheeks. And then I'll do another, a little bit more there. And I just recently became a blush girl. I really previously haven't used blush as much before, just because I don't know, it's just an extra step that I wasn't doing, and I don't really feel like I have to add, I guess. But yeah, okay, so after the blush, I go into brows, and I might do this backwards, I'm not sure. I don't really do any type of highlight to my brow bone. I don't add all that extra jazz, but I will do my brows. And I am using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in soft brown. And my hair right now has been bleached, so it is a little lighter, so I do like this color. But normally I think I'm using like the dark brown, a little deeper in tone for sure, but right now I'm just using the soft brown. And it's still, I mean, it's still dark. I feel like my features are dark. I know my hair is really light, but my features are dark, and I like that it has more depth, I guess. But anyway, so I do have my brows ombre tattooed, sorry. And I went to Arch Brow Studio here on Maui, and my girl Cherish did them. She is absolutely amazing and has done, I feel like, the best work I've seen. There are other, in our state, I feel like there are so many other artists, but I just personally really love her work. She's also done my mom's, what is it called, the other one, microblading, and that came out really beautiful. So she's super awesome. She's at Arch Brow Studio Maui. So anyway, I kind of just go on the edges and kind of trace what she's already created for me, and it's just it's so much easier now to just kind of go in there and like, color it in. Basically the lines are already drawn. I'm basically just adding more color, right? More kind of definition to what's already there. And that's what I love about this, is I feel like previously my brows were like took the longest to do as far as everything on my face, right? Like, you know, eyeshadow's easy, bronzing, foundation, all that kind of stuff is super fast. But your brows, you need to like really sit there and be like, oh my gosh, like get it perfect, you know? So I love how I'm basically just coloring it in, and she's already kind of established that guideline for my brows. And then let me finish the other one off camera, and I'll be right back to do my eyeshadow. These are my two favorite palettes at the moment. I am really loving ColourPop and BH Cosmetics Hanging in Hawaii. So these are super affordable. I'll try and find how much they were, I guess, but I feel like I mixed two. Like I do drugstore products, and then I also like my high-end stuff for certain products. But anyway, so this is the double entendre one in ColourPop, and then this is Hanging in Hawaii from BH Cosmetics. But I like to take, so I take a little bit from each palette. So what I'll do is I will take Flasher, which is this color here. I'll take Flasher, and I will use the JH41 from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush collection. And this one's a little like flat brush. Let's see if it will let go. There we go. Okay, so I'll take that color and I will put it right here in this area. And I'll do this on both sides. And it kind of just adds a like brightening base for everything else that I'm going to do after. But I mainly focus on the inner area of my lid. I kind of bring it past the middle area, but I just do that. And then I take the JH30 from the Jaclyn Hill brush collection, and this is like my favorite fluffy brush. So I'll take this one, and I will actually go in, I believe I usually do Shaka from Hanging in Hawaii, which is this color here. So I'll do that there, and then I will just hit this area right under my brow bone and almost on my brow bone, and kind of just fluffily brush out that product there and kind of blend it all over. Again, this is for my everyday, so it's not super defined, not, you know, not too much. I just like everything blended, kind of bronze, matte, just perfectly, you know, just my everyday kind of makeup. And sometimes, like for work, I'm definitely doing the same look just because I don't want to be too overboard when I'm meeting with clients and stuff like that. So I'm not obviously doing like a smoky eye when I'm showing homes or properties or anything like that. Okay, so that is my all over kind of base in the outside crease that I blend out. Then I take the JH32 Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush, which I love, guys. I love all of her brushes. Like the quality, the softness, the fluffiness is just incredible. I want to say my favorite brushes by far, and I've been like a MAC girl since, I don't know, the 8th grade maybe, but these brushes, the Morphe brushes, are just life, are seriously everything. So after Shaka, I go in with Tiki, which is this color here. So I use Tiki, and then I just lightly go in. And then what I do is I kind of like stipple or stipple this area, and then kind of flick it that way, and then circle motions. And it's just in the outside corner and the crease. So right in that crease. Now I'm not going on my brow bone at all. Kind of just lightly in that area. And then over. Then I'll do the same thing on the other side. stipple there, kind of dab, 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 flick out, outside crease, circular motions. And then there we go. And then sometimes I guess I'll try to add a little more on this side. I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera, but let's see there. Okay, so super light, and I guess if I'm trying to get a little spicy, I'll add a little bit of a darker color, and I go in with coconut, which is this color here. So either do coconut or mahalo, but coconut, I'll grab some of that, and then if this is too light for the crease, then I'll grab a little bit of mahalo. But let me just show you kind of what it does here. And this is the tighter JH33 brush. So this one's similar to the one I just used, just a little bit tighter, that I like to use in my crease. And I feel like when the brush has a tighter knit as far as the bristles, it packs on color a lot more. So the fluffier, the more blended look you get, the tighter, the more product you'll have applied for sure. Okay, so there's that, and then I'll go in again and do the other side. And I always kind of tap my brush prior to applying product or applying it, just because I like to get the excess stuff off before I really go in there. Okay, and then really quickly with the tight brush, I'll just like 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and that just kind of brings in the makeup, the product, like in more. So it's not just on the outside, but it's not too much. It's just the excess product, and that's it for my eyes. Literally, that's all I do. So brows, eyes, gen, and then I'll go in with my lash curlers. So lashes have been a huge thing for me. I've tried extensions a couple times, which I love because they're so easy and so convenient, but definitely a lot of maintenance, and it is kind of expensive. I mean, you know, it's not the same price as a $15 lash, you know, I mean a $15 falsie or something like that. But so what I'll do is I will curl my lashes, and I like to look down and curl because I feel like it really grabs most of the hair. And then there's that. Okay, and then I'll do the same to the other side. So for my lashes, I feel like honestly they're long, but they don't have any type of curl to them, which, what's the point of having lashes if they're not curly, right? So I will go in there and crimp them a little bit, and I kind of go in a couple times on each side just to make sure that they're really listening to what I want them to do, right? So there we go. So you see how they are curled, right? They're crimped a little bit. What I'll do now is I'll take, for the first initial mascara application, I will take my Lash Discovery Maybelline mini brush in waterproof. And guys, this is the deal breaker. It needs to be waterproof or my lashes won't stay. Like, it just will not pay attention to what I want it to do. It won't listen. It will not stay. So I will take the mini brush, and let me try and do this a little closer. I will go in really tightly and curl up. And I wiggle my brush a little bit because it really kind of grabs the hair. And I kind of just do the same thing there. And the same thing here. Okay. Okay. There we go. See the difference? And then I'll do the same thing to the other side. So I'll kind of like twist up to the top and then wiggle and then kind of close my eye, and I feel like it gives it that natural lift that your lashes definitely need. Okay, so that's that's for that, right? So I'll go and I'll do that, and while that dries, I use a lot of different products as far as my lashes. For the bottom lashes, I use the Voluminous Lash Paradise waterproof, again, in, I believe, shoot, what brand is this? Is this L'Oreal? I think it's L'Oreal. Anyway, it's kind of like the Better Than Sex mascara. I don't know why I said it like that, but different, obviously. So this one has a little more of a thicker brush, and the product's a little thicker as well, but it just does something different. So what I'll do is I will go in and do the same kind of wiggle on my lower lashes, and then go in and I'll do the same to this side. I swear, the faces we make when we're applying mascara is so funny. Okay, so that's the bottom lash while my top lashes were drying. And then after the top lashes have sat for a second, I'll go in with my lash stiletto. This is waterproof again from Maybelline. And I'll do the same kind of thing to my upper lash, but this just kind of adds more, just adds more. Anyway, see how the brush is a little different there? But definitely coarse enough to grab all the hair. The bristles are really tiny. The product is fine and light, so it's not too heavy. And I feel like that's the case with all waterproof product, is that it's just lighter, so it doesn't weigh down your lashes, you know what I mean? So I'll do that with this side, and then I'll go in again with the other side. So again, I'm curling, I'm wiggling, and I'm closing my eye a bit just to give it that natural lift. And then to get the inner lashes, I kind of just use the tip there, and see if you see how it makes the difference to use like the different products, use that type of curling situation. And that's it for the lash. But I will be adding a full C because I usually do, I guess, when it comes to work. I like to kind of rock it this way if I'm just running to the store or something like that. I'm obviously not throwing on false lashes, but for the video I will do that for you guys. And so guys, that's it. I just applied my lashes that I will kind of tell you folks more about in another video. And I did really quickly the NYX lip liner in Need Me all over really quickly, and I kind of just blend it out. I don't really do anything extra, and then I tight line some dark shadow on my bottom lash. And so guys, thank you for watching. That is it for my everyday kind of go-to makeup. Those are the products that I use that I've been loving at the moment, and some for the past few years. I hope you folks enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos.